Yet all those difficult half-memories of suffering, paranoia and death are part of what you shrug off as you board your train and fill your mind with the thrill of travel. Once you're on board, it doesn't matter whether you're sleeping in the crowded Platzkart, the third-class zone where hard bunks are packed into open carriages from floor to ceiling, or in the genteel coupés in which foreigners are supposed to be confined. Everyone feels the same. The party atmosphere quickly starts to spread. There are rules for polite engagement, of course. Despite the lack of privacy, it's considered improper not to get into real nightclothes to sleep. Once the train starts moving, first the women, and afterwards the men, will announce to the coupé at large, without meeting eyes, that they will be going outside for 10 minutes. You can spend that time outside, standing in the corridor watching the landscape flash by, or, if you prefer, you can go down the corridor to the appointed smoking hole that every carriage has and flick ash into the clean, open sprat can someone will have considerately left out. When you return to your coupé, the opposite sex, in their indoor lounging and sleeping clothes, blue tracksuits with stripes down the side and big slippers called tapochki, will be ready for the night. While they go out for their 10 minutes, the women will also slide modestly into their night gear. Not everyone obeys the rules. Those who want to party hard head for the restaurant cars, which are decked out with little red lights and plastic flowers at each table. These are dens of depravity, where ready-mixed gin and tonics can be bought in cans and vodka in bottles. Women sitting at these tables are, as I've learnt, signalling they're up for anything. Anyone who gets frightened that the partygoers will return drunk and disorderly or rob them in the night may want to lock their door with a blokkerator, a plastic device that the conductors will lend or rent. Women who find it less intimidating to share space with other women can usually rely on their conductor to tactfully rearrange the sleeping quarters. But for most passengers, what follows the awkward disrobing experience is one of the great charms of Russian life. In comes the tea, in glasses and holders, out come the packed suppers, out come the little bottles, and away goes the prim correctness of ordinary life. Before you know where you are, you and the rest of the strangers in this tiny space are deep in intense conversation. Morning comes. The travellers are woken by the conductor an hour before the train stops. With a bleary repeat of the evening's initial polite formality, first one sex, then the other, leaves the compartment to allow for modest adjustment of clothing. The beds are unmade, the sheets packed up, the bags pulled down, and hats pushed onto heads. Everyone's inhibitions come back. A kind of embarrassment comes over the four people who, for several hours in the night, have been such close comrades. When you leave the compartment, you nod your head stiffly and say, "Good morning," without meeting anyone's eyes. You won't see these people again. You don't want to. Yet there may be something wistful in your voice all the same. You'll already be looking forward to your next long train ride and your next exhilarating gulp of freedom.